Hi, in the last video we reviewed the options, the buttons in the home ribbon of Power Query, and now we are going to look at what we can do in the transform ribbon. Few of these buttons we would have seen in the home ribbon as well. For example, group by is here, group by is here, use first row as header is there, use first row as header is there. So these are the ones that you'll frequently use, so you don't need to switch between the ribbons. Alrighty, so we know what group by can do. For example, if I want to group my data, you know, uh, by all these columns and keep the values. And here, Power Query automatically groups it, right? I can count, I can do a sum, average, all these things. So we already seen how we can use this button, use first row as a header when you pull data. Transpose is a very cool feature. I'll show you how it works, but we are going to cover this tutorial. We're going to have a separate tutorial for transpose. So transpose looks like unpivot, but it is completely different. So wait for it. Turn the data by 90 degrees left, right? So we'll cover a tutorial on transposing. You can reverse the rows, you can count the rows, you can change the data type of all these columns other than value to text, right? Just saying if you want to. And you can have Power Query detect the data type. You can rename a column by clicking on it, or just like Excel F2 will work as well. You can replace values, which I usually do. When I make a calculation, I go to the value column and be like, replace all the nulls with 0, right? Null with 0. You can replace arrow, you can fill down or up. We saw pivot and unpivot before. We can move this column to the beginning or to the end or to left or to right. We can split this column, right? In format this, like if you have client names, you can trim them, clean them, add prefix, suffix. This is something I really like, extract characters. Alrighty, so if I want to delete a couple of steps, there we go, we'll go with delete until end. Yes, please. Alrighty. So extracting, right? Extracting text from my column, right? So I see the file name contains name of the month, right? That will be very helpful. So give me the first three characters. And since you're in transform place, it is going to replace all the values in this column with just the first three letters of each value. If you do add a column, then it adds a column, and where you can pull the first three characters, right? So your year is from number 5, right? So let's extract year out of it. Range. Starting 5 and number of characters. I gotta go 4. There we go. Right? So you can extract year, you can extract month, or you can extract it to a new column by using the add column extract function. So getting back to transform. Similarly, you can split it to, in parse, You can extract the first characters, the last characters. Now if we go to our value field, right, then you see you can do all these calculations, you can do all these things, and adding and subtracting columns is awesome in Power Query. You just use your mouse. You can click on the 2 columns you want to add, 10 columns you want to add, and then select them and hit add. It'll add it for you. Well, people who love square root, exponents, logs, and all that stuff. Here you can get absolute values too. I don't know how to use trigonometry. I know how to round up, round down, which isn't helpful. Is it even? Is it odd? Sine, I think it's again the trigonometry stuff. Alright, so let's look at how we can play with dates. Alrighty, so it tells you that you can transform it as date only. So read what it says. Well, we just have date, so if we have date and time, it'll just put date only. You can see uh, how many days ago did you post this entry or you sold an item. But this is something I like. I just want year, I don't care about month. So let's see what's gonna do. It is transforming a column. You can do the same thing in add column. So I just want year. Extract year out of it. There you go. You extracted year. You know what? I love the date function. I want to extract start of the year, end of the year. Give me end of the year. Change everything to 12/31, right? Similarly, you know what start of the year would do. So very helpful. Month, you can extract month out of it, start of month, end of the month, quarter, start of the quarter, end of quarter, week, even day. Day of the year. That is awesome. Earliest, latest. So similarly, you can filter. Filters, date filters are awesome too. Tell me before a certain date, give me all the data before, let's say, June of 2016, or after June of 2016, between June of 2016 and now, in the next 3 months, in the previous 3 months. Give me something which is the latest data or the earliest data and all that stuff. Next year's data, this year's data, last year data, year to date data. Wow, so many cool. Oh, it can identify quarters, man. It can identify months. It can identify week. It can identify days. It can identify hours, minutes, seconds, and if that was not enough for you, you got your custom filter. How? Yeah, never have to write a formula, I guess. Similarly, if you have time over here, this will highlight and you can see time stuff, you can see duration stuff, right? Now, got an aggregate function. I haven't checked that before. I don't know how to do that. So I'll look it up. It's a structured column. Well, that's it for the transform ribbon. And looks like about 10 minutes, my target. So the third tutorial of the Power Query ribbons, we are going to look at add column, and the fourth one will look what's under view. The fifth will look at options in Power Query, because if you like Power Query, you want to know what it can do for you, right? Peace out.